butt up against the crate. All right, so it's Tuesday morning now, and we'll see if coming out of the crate looks any different this morning than what it did yesterday morning. Oops. So already that's not sounding good. Yeah, and of course he's excited. It's, he's been in the crate since 10:30 last night. Okay, wait. Wait. Okay. That was great. Okay, waiting at the door. He's excited to go out. Okay. And now we'll go to the next door. Copy. Wait. Nice. He sits down. Wait. Okay. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to start out a morning walk. And to do that, what I'm going to do is a little exercise called stop, start, change of direction. So, in other words, I'm going to get this walk started by taking control of the walk. So, that's enough. He's got his little zoomies, and then that's the problem. Start giving him freedom, and he starts moving around. So, I'm going to take away that freedom because we're going to do a structured walk. And that's why he's going to stay right here by my side and walk beautifully like he had started doing yesterday very quickly. Okay, let's see how he does with coming out. Wait. Okay. All right, such a good boy waiting for his food. Wait. No. He has to wait until I say. No. He's getting it. Wait. Okay. What a good boy. Okay, we're going to go through the steps of place, starting out with level 1, and then depending on how he does, we'll work on moving up. So, first thing is, get a nice little walk. And then I'm going to stop right here before the pad, and I am going to give the command, place. Good. So as soon as all 4 of his paws hit the mat, I said good, a very slight upward pressure, and he sits down. So that's when he gets rewarded with a good. No, down. Okay, so if he leaves, no, place. Down. Okay, so that's his job, is to stay right here. And eventually, instead of having to tell him down, I'm just going to say place. So, I'm going to still hold on to the leash and hopefully not influence. Nope, because he is very excitable. Place. So, sit very gently, good. Nope. A little correction, place, and onto the mat. I'm not moving away from him, but a foot or two. I'm barely going to move around because he has more patience to learning. And the fact that he's here laying down right now, it's a good start. No. So I mark it with no, slight correction, tell him place. And then start the watch all over again. Yeah, I have to be really careful with the leash that I don't move it around too much because it might give him an indication that it's time to move. And he doesn't need but the very slightest little invitation to think that, to look for an excuse to get off. So just slightly increasing the distance. I know it doesn't seem like much at all, but to change from 1 foot to 3 foot, to 6 and 10 is a big difference, and it's a difference in his mind. Front of the crate, tell him place, all 4 feet, good. Place, use that word this time, nope. Still, anytime, it's a little correction, and I mean it's little, but it has to be a consequence. Look, right now, it's a $5 speeding ticket, okay? He doesn't care. And as long as that $5 speeding ticket gets him to go back and to know, okay, I shouldn't have got up, then I'm perfectly fine with, no, please. 15, 25, 15. So, all right, so that one went up to $10, right? Because he's gotta see that, it's not worth it for him to get up. And if he does, and if he stays there and does good, then I can do one of two things in rewarding him. I can reward him in a couple of different ways. I can take a treat and put it in between his paws on the ground because I don't want him getting up. Or I can just give him a praise. Good. Right, moving behind him is a very challenging move because he, will have difficulty and has to turn his head around to see me. Seems like this goes very slow here at first, and it does, because I want him to be successful. And when he can do this part, and we do this several times over and over, then it will get easier and easier for him to extend the time out longer, increase the distance. So that's 1 minute. We're shooting for 2 minutes. That'll be a big success with him this morning here at level 1. He's got his 2 minutes in. So now the way that I release him from that is I'll call him, that's a good boy, yes. And I'm just going to continue with this touching of him because I know he's had trouble with grooming, so I've been grooming him a lot, and I'm just going to continue to work slowly down to his legs. See, this action has to stop. Good. That's what I want to see him sitting here.